So the Scram 411, well, she in a week's time she goes in for a 300-mile service, and what an easy go anywhere, do anything bike that is. And again, I'm having to ride that like a budgie with chapped lips until it's run in. And the thing with particularly the single-cylinder Royal Enfields is that they do require careful running in. In fact, for both the Scram and this bike, the Classic 350, it's a two-stage running in process. So there's like a limit up to your first service, and then a limit until you get to like over 1,000 miles. Then you can let rip. So the Scram 411, yeah, I mean, basically I got that because strictly speaking it's not a modern classic, is it? But it does have elements of retro influence, if you like. But I basically got it because I do like to ride through winter, and there's no way I would want to ride through a dirty winter, if you like, on the Interceptor or this Classic. I wouldn't want to do that. Too much cleaning involved. So that's what that's for. And again, it's got bags and bags of character. It's got semi-knobblies on, so it'll go anywhere. Handles like a dream, and once she's broken in, and I can let rip on that, it'll do 75 mile an hour. You know, it's not going to win any races, but it's got masses and masses of low down torque, more so than this actually. So you know, you just sort of got to get used to a different style of riding, and the key is short shifting. Bit like riding a Honda DCT in basic drive mode. You know, you're up to top gear in no time at all. You know, fifth gear at 30 mile an hour, and it still pulls incredibly well. So yeah, what a bike, and a 15 litre fuel tank, and knocking out 80 plus to the gallon. What's not to like? So that's a fantastic little bike. It is a single cylinder, just like this Classic, but there the similarity ends, I can assure you. It's a much more agricultural, clattery engine than this, which is really very refined. But it's just so easy just to throw your leg over and go and do anything that you want. So the additions I've made to that, again, I've put a rear rack on from Hitchcock's, so I can carry some bits and bobs, and I fitted some small engine guards. I fitted grip puppies. I fitted them to the Interceptor as well, grip puppies. Oh, and all three bikes I've wired up for Optimate 4s and for my Gerbing heated gloves. So that's what I've done with the Scram. What else have I done with the Scram? No, I think that's it. Grip puppies, engine bars, and the rear rack. Yeah. And like in a week's time she goes for a first service. Now, so onto this baby, and this is my first day out, first ride out on this superb little bike. Royal Enfield Classic 350 Reborn, to give it its full title, in this halcyon green. Now this is the colour I wanted. The only other colour I'd really wanted was the chrome and brown, chrome and bronze, not the chrome and red, because the Interceptor's chrome and red, but I wanted the green one. And when I first rang up, this is from Robinson's in Rochdale, part of the MotoGB group. When I rang up, they want a green one in the country, and if MotoGB haven't got them, nobody's got them, basically, which were a bit of a disappointment at first. because I was going to have to wait, well, quoted to the end of September, but in reality that would probably been bloody next year, the way, you know, the way these things pan out. But then it transpired they did have one, but there were no keys with it, and it was going to take forever to find some keys. Or anyway, cut a long story short, after a bit of badgering, Nick at Robinson's, God bless you, Nick, got this bike for me sorted out with another key set, and it's the best looking bike out of the three to my eye, particularly in this colour. I mean, I just love this colour, halcyon green. What a beautiful colour, with sort of rose gold accents. And I just feel so incredibly nostalgic when I ride these bikes, because I know they're made in India, but they're a British name, aren't they, from way back, and they're still designed in this country. And I just, you know, my dad's motorcycling years in the 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, riding something like this is just takes me right back to how it must have been for him back then. And that's just a little bonus on top of everything else, that it makes me feel that way. So what accessories have I got for this? Well, again, a rack for the back, for carrying stuff about, because I'm getting a bit sick and tired of going to Weatherhead's Butchers in Pateley Bridge and buying 3 of their delicious pork pies, and then find out I don't have a bike with luggage on anymore, and I'm riding home with pork pies coming out of my pockets. So I got the again from Hitchcock's, I got the rack for the back of this. It's a black one, sadly they don't do a chrome one for this. And also these these engine bars, well, they're growing on me. When I first fitted them I thought, oh no way, they've got to come off. Way too big. I didn't think there'd be anything like as big as this. I thought they'd just sort of hug round the engine casings, but look at the size of them. They're like cow catchers, aren't they? They look like bloody heated towel rails in a hotel, don't they? You know, you could warm your kebab up on them. I used to do that, you know. I used to do that when back when I were in Cops. If we had a course at Wakefield and I had to overnight in their crappy little rooms there, but they did at some point, they managed to put heated towel rails in, and used to go out on Raz and come back with a kebab, and by the time you got back to digs, like, your kebab had gone cold, so I used to warm it up on towel rack. Half pissed. You'd wake up next morning, there'd be like bloody chilli sauce all over towel rack. Oh dear. Anyway, I digress. So it looks like a towel rack, doesn't it? But it serves a purpose. I should imagine if any of these Royal Enfields were sort of dropped, and you gouged an engine casing or something like that, that could be pretty expensive. So I stuck these on. They're growing on me, I'm not sure, but they're growing on me. So that's it for this bike. Oh, grip puppies, because make a massive difference to grip puppies to comfort when you're riding. So that's about it really. It's by way of an update, and I'm looking forward to taking you on quite a few scenic rides around my Yorkshire Dales, my Yorkshire, on these classic bikes with a classic British heritage. And best decision by far I've ever made. Best decision by far. And just so much easier to get on with than big lumbering bikes. And the only downside isn't a downside really, well I suppose it is if you're lazy like me, is they're all chain drive, so there's got to be chain maintenance. But this Classic 350 and the Interceptor come with centre stands. The Scram doesn't, but you know, if you can't manage to maintain a chain without a centre stand, then you're not trying hard enough really, are you? Just coming into Watley now. Yeah, so I'm absolutely delighted. I'm made up, and spent a lot of time polishing, of course. The Interceptor and the Classic 350, because the engine casings are, of course, they're alloy engine casings, and they are quite a cosmetic feature of the bike. And I find that a bit of elbow grease using, I don't use Auto Sol, it's a little bit aggressive, I use that Maguire's metal polish, highly recommend it, and they come up a treat. And the paintwork has had several coats of built amber carnauba wax. And this bike, best part of I mean, some people are quoting 100 mile a gallon. I don't know, I don't think I get that much, but not far off 100 mile a gallon. And potentially I have seen people talking about a 300 mile range on this tank. Well, I believe that when I see it. But I mean, what a superb colour. Just, I don't know if you can see that flake there. I've got a polarizer on this GoPro, so hopefully you can see the beautiful metallic fleck in that green paintwork, halcyon green paintwork. So yeah, that's just a quick introduction. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do real world owners reviews on all three bikes. I'm going to talk a little bit more about the accessories that I've fitted, what benefits they've brought, any downsides that may have gone alongside those benefits, the costs involved, etc, 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 and concomitant with all that, and there's an underused word, isn't it? Concomitant. Why don't I just say it at the same time? But I'm not going to say concomitant because I like it. So concomitant with all of that, of course, lots of rides round the finest scenery the United Kingdom has to offer, in my humble opinion. And to go with this bike, and I'm not wearing it today because it's not hooked up for vlogging at all. I've got an open face helmet in the same colour as this here, bronze accent. It's a Rogue open face helmet. I know it's a bit poserish, but I think this is going to be a bit of a motorcycle, classic motorcycle lifestyle channel. But I don't suspect that people like Trip Machine and Motorhome Customs are going to be sending me free gear to review. I can live in hope. But now, on the other thing, look, I really would like any of you viewing this, if you've not subscribed, please subscribe. It don't cost you a penny. Don't cost you a penny, but it really helps me. I'm up to at the time of making this video, 970 subscribers, and I'd love to get to 1,000. I really would. So please, if you could do me that little favour, because it won't be a monetised channel. It's just something I do for my enjoyment, and hopefully your enjoyment too. And as the old adage goes, it is better to give than to receive. So yeah, please subscribe, please click a like, and stay tuned now, because I'm going to start rocking and rolling with ride outs, reviews, commentary, and generally talking a load of codswallop, and a few funny tales from my checkered history as well. Hey! Oh, I bet you can't wait. Alright, so that's it just for now. Thanks for dropping by. Thanks for just sharing my initial thoughts while I'm riding for the first time on this stunningly beautiful, stunningly rewarding bike to ride. Super duper. Alright folks, ride safe, and above all, be kind. Catch you next time. Bye.